All right, guys, the game has begun, and in the lower left part of the map, Cloud Kingdom, we have our green Terran player stealing the color of his opponent. It is FXO CIS StarCraft trying to come back and win 5 games in a row. But first, he has to go through this guy who has already won 4 out of the necessary 5 to take the match, taking on the color blue for this particular game. It is Empire.Beastyqt.
Yep, and inevitably, I will mix up the colors.
Oh, yes. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, we just saw Beastyqt is green for 4 games in a row, so.
Yep.
But
thanks, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it. Actually, it was a good tactic by StarCraft there. I like it. Getting that mental advantage right away.
Yeah.
I'm actually totally joking. But anyway, the map is ESV Cloud Kingdom. This has actually been a go-to map for StarCraft. I thought it was just because he was favoring it in TVZs or even TVPs who would agree, but no, he just really likes this map, and it looks like that's going to be his choice here. What he's going to bank his team's success on in this TVT.
Yep, doesn't look like any cheese coming out from either player as well, so it is going to be a pretty straight-up Terran versus Terran game on Cloud Kingdom. There goes the barracks for Beastyqt. I had to pause and think for a second. And StarCraft as well getting his. So, you know, Cloud Kingdom, what do you do on Cloud Kingdom? There's a lot of options Terrans have. One option that I've seen that seems to be very, very popular on this map in this matchup is to do the Marine Hellion Medevac elevator into the main. It's a great map for it. It's a very strong push if your opponent doesn't see it coming. So we could see one of our players try something like that. Otherwise, just standard Marine tank works just fine, although when we get into those situations, usually we see the game go a little bit longer, you know?
Reaper expands into Marine Tanker, also especially cute as well. They can work pretty well here because the amount of cliff line you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Jumping into the main. Both players did decide to get gas. We see a tech lab actually popping up for StarCraft, so he may be doing just that. His opponent, though, no such tech lab. Actually, looks like he's saving up for a factory right away.
Yep. And I think you're right. The tech lab should mean a Reaper expand and a second barracks going down for StarCraft as well.
Well, maybe not anymore.
It is actually proxied. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, it is going to be a Reaper. Okay.
Yeah, it is going to be a Reaper. But the question is, what is he going to do for a follow-up with this? I think we're going to see maybe some Marines added on as well, or possibly even Tech Lab for some proxy Reapers too, going into Medevacs a little bit later. There's some options for him. He could also use that barracks to give him vision on the high ground to make sure that his Reaper is safe to jump up and down. Haven't quite seen it used like that before, but it is a possibility, I suppose.
That's certainly true, but we'll see if he ends up going with something else here in a bit, as Reaper number 2 is about to pop out, and he is adding on his second gas, so maybe we might actually have some Reaper speed in a bit.
Ooh, Tech Lab immediately on that barracks. Yeah, I think we are going to see more Reapers here. Where's the factory? It's going to be going down very, very soon. 94, 98, 100 gas for StarCraft right now.
Yeah, and not putting that anywhere back at home for the time being, so I wonder what he's going to do with these excess resources.
Yeah, there's the factory. Okay.
Okay, yeah, there is a factory coming up back at home.
Yeah, I got that started a little bit late. That's going to slow down the medevacs that are going to eventually help out these Reapers, but things are still going to be pretty good for him. Now, Empire.Beastyqt, he's been kind of scouting around the map. Looks like he's going for Banshees himself, so another opening that could potentially do a lot of damage to his opponent because his opponent doesn't really have a lot that shoots up. That's going to be a bit of a problem for him.
That's right. So we'll see what StarCraft's going to do here now as the first few Reapers are out. He's got 2 on the field, just 1 in production with Marines back at home for defense. Has he seen anything out of his opponent? No. He actually has no idea. And it is double gas, so it is going to be Cloak right now for Beastyqt.
Now, it doesn't look like there's going to be any more Reapers. Only 3 Reapers right now for StarCraft, and not jumping up at the best place either. Gets 1 Marine. Gets 2 Marines, but he could be controlling those Reapers a little bit better. Yeah, that was not worth it. 2 Reapers for 2 Marines. StarCraft making a bit of an error in judgment for attacking that right there. Oh, and he needs to run that Reaper away as well.
That's right.
This is not Heart of the Swarm. They don't repair out of combat.
Well, the reactor that's actually sitting up at the top now, swapping onto that barracks, and we'll see what StarCraft wants to move into. He himself is actually going to go for the starport, but he's already set himself really far behind. His opponent does have an expansion. It is stopped by the Reaper, but it is coming up.
Yep.
The resources are allocated. Our first Cloak Banshee is about to make its way out. StarCraft, on the other hand, though, is actually producing a Viking, but I think he missed that tech lab there.
Yeah, I think that was just kind of a fake. If his opponent scans and just glances at it, it'll look like he's going Banshees. But yeah, he's making a Viking instead. this is going to be a one-base build from StarCraft. He's not going to be expanding, I don't think, anytime soon this game. He's making siege tanks, making siege mode right now, getting those Vikings, so he's going to be able to get that kind of range advantage with his tanks as well. This is also the type of build where you end up seeing a lot of landed Vikings at the end of the game, too. It's a little bit bizarre. It's a little wacky. We saw a lot of this kind of midway through last year, but it is still something that pops up fairly frequently, as it is a strong one-base.
And Beastyqt is, or did cancel Cloak, I should say, so this is going to be the only Banshee out there for him.
He even made a Raven, too. I believe he saw that. Did he see that starport sitting on the tech lab?
Well, the thing that doesn't make sense to me is...
he didn't? Okay, so he's just making a Raven. All right.
Okay, and it is officially sitting on the tech lab for now.
It is.
All right.
Okay. Looks awkward.
He moved it.
Looks a bit weird, either way.
Well, let's see now, as it is going to be Marine Tank and eventually, it is Viking for now, as he knows he needs to wrest control of the skies. But with that Raven in there again, lots of utility, not just in TVZ, but in TVT as well. So useful at the later parts of the game.
Oh, yeah. Yep, it's all about the utility. Just ask Batman. He wears a belt of utility.
That's right. Some call it a utility belt.
That's right. He knows the importance.
Oh.
The factory is not there. In fact, it's a barracks that's scouted by Beastie. So don't worry about factories.
That's right.
He's confident they're in his opponent's base instead.
That's true.
Beastyqt doesn't have siege mode, but he does have a decent force. He will have auto turrets from that Raven as well. So StarCraft not necessarily in the position to push into this right now, but Beastyqt not really in a position to push his opponent back across the map as well. He will pull back and play a little bit more defensive for the next minute or two here.
That's right, but it looks like StarCraft may try and force the issue. I'm not sure. I mean, the problem is if he's kind of in a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario, because if he moves up in about in less than 25 seconds, he doesn't have a big enough force. If he goes up after that when he has a bigger force, well, then siege mode's going to be done, and Beastyqt is sitting on such a nice defensive position. And StarCraft this whole time has been on one base.
Yeah. Yeah, the Raven early on for both players is going to help the air war. Beastyqt looking for an opportunity to take out some of those Vikings.
That's right.
His opponents. All he needs to do is win this game, and he will all kill FXO CIS.
Which is insane to think about, because FXO CIS has fielded a great lineup today, and Beastyqt has just been on a roll.
Indeed, yeah. StarCraft wanting to roll over him, though. But I don't know if it's going to happen. Honestly, StarCraft's army not looking terribly strong. The siege up from Beastyqt, who still does have that air advantage for now.
Yeah, and he can sit on these bases, or this base all day long. He gets in far enough to see that there is no command center up, so that is actually pretty devastating. Here we go. It looks like he's going to start sieging up outside of the main. Are any forces going to come back for Beastyqt? How is he going to deal with this?
Auto turret in the mineral line of Beastyqt doing a little bit of damage here.
Yeah.
And the SCV is attacking it. Oh, I don't know how well that works. Okay, he does have he does have a Banshee there as well, yeah.
Yeah.
And an auto turret. Auto turret versus auto turret. And the auto turret
wins.
He won, yeah. No
well
question. I bet on auto turret.
Well, auto turret is going to try and do what he can. There's the first point defense drone that's dropped down, and this Raven does not have enough energy for what he used. He used an auto turret before. He had to use a second one there right at the end. Auto turret versus auto turret, and auto turret wins.
Yes, it's my favorite auto turret. It has 2 auto turret kills right now.
That's pretty spectacular.
Thus making it the victor of all auto turret wars.
Oh
GG.
my God, GG Empire. Beastyqt just all killed FXO CIS. We didn't get the satisfaction of an engagement there again, but it didn't matter because Beastyqt was just too strong.
You know, I